Hi guys, it's Kasha. Welcome to the channel, to my wonderland. It is a coffee time, and today I bring you a top 10 of books yet to be released in 2018. So I meant to do this video like 2 weeks ago, but then I couldn't. So one of the books that I included in this list has since then already been released. So that one is already out, but that is okay. That is fine. That it's okay. We're still going to take a look at 10 releases still to come in 2018. Let's start with the one that is already out, obviously, and that is Campfire by Sean Sauls, and it was released on the 17th of July, and it is supposed to be a horror novel. So in this story we follow Maddie, and she goes into a camping trip with family and friends, and they all make a campfire and they decide to start telling scary stories. Then we have Caleb, and he is obviously the handsome young guide that is accompanying them in this camping trip, and he decides to tell them the story of the legend of that town. It is the story of the mountain men, and they hunt campers, obviously, and you always know that it was the mountain men because on the dead bodies they put these kind of antlers on their foreheads, and that's how you know that the mountain men kill them. And I guess this is gonna go like this. After they tell the story, somebody disappears, then they found the body and they think it was killed by the mountain man, and things escalate from here. That's what I am guessing myself, because this is more or less where these stories tend to go. But I'm really excited about this one, and maybe it will totally surprise me. We will see, and I'm gonna get a hand on a copy as soon as I can. Next book, it is Chalkman by C.J. Tudor, and it comes out on the 23rd of August 2018, actually just one day before my birthday. And these release dates I have taken just from Amazon, just because it's easier, because I have a wish list of new releases, so I have all of them there, so it's easier for me to go and grab those dates. So these dates might differ from other people that are from different countries. This book is on my list for several reasons. First of all, it is supposed to be kind of like a horror story as well. And second, and very important, Stephen King praised this book, and he said, if you love my stuff, you will like this book. So if Stephen King says it, then there's nothing to think about. You just get the book and you just read it. So 12-year-old Eddie meets the Chalkman at a fair in 1986. And this Chalkman always gave him kind of clues in little written notes, and that's how he and his friends end up finding a dead body. So 30 years later, after this happened, after he got these little messages that were like little drawings made by the Chalkman, Eddie, you know, has grown up, he's moved on with his life, he's forgotten everything about it, until one day that he gets a letter on the mail, and in this letter he finds a message from the Chalkman. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Another book coming out this year is A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs, and it comes out on the 2nd of October. It is the 4th book of Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, even though it is supposed to start a new trilogy, or at least these are the rumors that I've been hearing about. So I'm pretty sure everybody has heard about Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, especially because a big booktuber like Jesse the Reader is obsessed with this series as well, and I think everybody has heard about this. But if you like books with children that have superpowers, things that have to do with the supernatural and alternative universes and things like that, you're definitely going to love this book series. And after the 3rd book ended, I was so sad because I was loving it so much, and I was loving the characters and everything, and I wanted more. So I'm really happy that we get a new book. So I'm not really sure if this new trilogy is going to have the old characters, but I am really excited to read it. Next we have Elevation by the one and only Stephen King. It comes out on the 30th of October 2018. Perfect for Halloween. Even though Stephen King is going a little bit more now direction kind of thriller mystery books and not so much like deep horror like he used to do, but I'm going to support him until the end of my days. It is a novel set on Castle Rock, Maine, and we follow the story of a man whose affliction brings together a small town. It is supposed to be a story of finding common ground despite everybody's differences, and I don't know much more about it. If it's Stephen King, you know guys, I'm just gonna buy it and read it and not really think about it, because for me he's a genius. All his stories are amazing. His writing skills are out of this world. So it's one of my favorite releases still to happen this year. Next we have Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, and this one is coming out on the 31st of July. It has been said to be Wicked meets The Little Mermaid. That already sounds good for me. Evie lost her best friend Anna, and since then Evie has been kind of like an outcast in this little fishman kind of town. But one day a girl that looks exactly like Anna comes to shore, and soon Evie realizes that this girl cannot leave the water. This year I decided I wanted to read a little bit more about mermaids because it's one of those mythical creatures I have not read many books about, and I love mermaids, so this is going to be a perfect book for that. Next we have the next Fantastic Beasts book, and it is The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I'm so excited. It is the screenplay book, as we got the one from the first movie, and this one it is by J.K. Rowling. At least it's not going to be like The Cursed Child, which was a very big disappointment. Not to say it was poop, which it was. It comes out on the 16th of November, and I just can't wait. I can't wait for the movie. I can't wait for this book. I just need more J.K. Rowling and more books that have to do with the Harry Potter universe, because problems, obsession. Next we have Bridge of Clay by Markus Zusak, and this one comes out on the 9th of October 2018. This is the guy that wrote The Book Thief. Now, a lot of people in the community are absolutely in love with The Book Thief. I have to say, I liked the book. I really liked it, but I just didn't love it and obsessed about it as much as other people did. This one has also a very interesting plot, and we follow the life of 5 brothers that are kind of growing up and discovering adulthood. Also, their parents had disappeared, and in the book, when we follow them through their story, we find out the secret of their parents' disappearance. It does sound really interesting, and I'm just really interested to see how this book is, you know, after The Book Thief, and see if I'm really going to like it or not. Then we have The Sisters of the Winter Wood by Rena Rosner, and it comes out on the 27th of September. We follow the story of 2 little sisters, Liba and Laia, and their parents go on a trip to visit their grandma because she is on her dying bed. So they decide to leave the girls home while they go to visit the grandma. And while they're home, you know, their house is surrounded by woods, and they start to investigate, and they figure out that their grandma and mother have a secret. They discover that their grandma can turn into a bear, and their mother can turn into a swan. So now the question is, do they also have these transfiguration powers? Can they also morph into another animal? This is such a cool premise. I just love the idea so much that I hope this book is not going to be a disappointment. Next we have Mirage by Sumaya Dand, and this one comes on the 28th of August 2018. It is kind of like a Cinderella story, and it is a fantasy story with some Moroccan heritage. We follow the story of a little girl called Amani, and she's very poor. She comes from a very poor neighborhood, and she happens to look exactly like the princess. So they decide to take her to the palace, and they decide to use her as the double of the princess. Another story that sounds fantastic, and I just can't wait to read it. A lot of people have been getting arcs of this book, so I can't wait to hear everybody's reviews and thoughts on the book. And the last book that I want to talk about in this video is Dry by Neil and Jared Schusterman, and it's coming out on the 2nd of October. A California drought escalates to catastrophical proportions, and we find ourselves in some kind of post-apocalyptic novel. And we end up following the story of a teenager that just has to survive. And trying to survive means making life or death decisions. Another one that sounds great, and I love survival stories, so I'm also super excited about this one. Alright you guys, so these were my 10 most expected releases for the second half of 2018. Let me know down below what you think about the books that I mentioned in this video, and which are the ones that you are most excited about that are still going to be released in 2018. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on the social media, the links are down below, and I hope to see you all guys in the next coffee time. Bye!